Jared, as always, we appreciate your time. Thanks for being with us here on 97.1 The Ticket, and congrats. I mean, this has been a fun streak to watch. We are going to ask the listeners, and so I'm going to ask you the same question, because I'm sure a lot has gone better the last 3 games, but what do you think has really been the difference in this 3-game win streak? What stands out to you?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's what everyone keeps asking. It's nothing really. It's just a culmination of a lot of hard work and a lot of hard times and coming together and really getting that first one, getting that Packers win a few weeks ago, and starting to believe a little bit, starting to believe that we can make those plays when they matter, making those plays in the fourth quarter on both sides of the ball, and it starts to happen a little bit more often.
You know, it's interesting because I don't often do this when I'm watching TV copy and you see a tight shot of it. And there was a tight shot of you in the huddle late in the game, and it was clear you guys were going to win. And I kind of expected to see you maybe smiling a little bit, and I felt like he doesn't look the least bit surprised by this. Is that a fair assessment of your feeling towards this streak?
We walked into that stadium the other day expecting to win and really walked on that field and felt the energy of them and us, and had no doubts that we should handle that game the way we did. And certainly our defense, with 3 turnovers makes it easy on the offense. But we had a great plan going, and we had a really good plan for what they were doing and really attacked them. They're kind of that attacking mindset on defense with what they do, and we kind of took it to them a little bit and felt good at the end there.
Is it just as simple as that? It's just confidence, and now that you've got 3-game win streak under your belt, it's like you can rely on past experience.
Yeah, kind of. That really is that simple. And when teams are going through what we were going through earlier on, it's everyone wants to know, well, what's the answer? What's the fix? What do you change? And that's why there really isn't something you could put your finger on. Otherwise, everyone would do it. But you just keep putting your head down, keep working, keep doing the right things, and typically it'll eventually switch in your favor. And yeah, we've gotten 3 in a row, and we're still climbing our way out of this hole, but in a better place than we were a few weeks ago, certainly.
Are you a superstitious guy?
In what regard?
Well, I mean, it's 3 in a row. It's 3 in a row. Keeping it going, keeping it on a track. Is there anything that you do that you've been doing for the last 3 weeks? You saw something that worked, and like, you know what? I'm still gonna wear the same pair of socks or something like that.
No, I wish there was something, and then we could all point to that as the reason, right? No, there's not. It's just like I said, you just keep coming back to work, and it's definitely a lot more fun coming into work now, and the young guys are figuring it out a little bit, and it's been a lot of fun, man.
Well, you're hitting on a bunch of stuff that I want to ask you to talk about a little bit more. One of them is how much more fun it is. 1-6, whether there's a pall over the building or it feels bleak when you're 1-6. What is the difference between being 1-6 and now being 4-6 and showing up on graphics as in the hunt for the playoffs?
Right. Yeah, it's a completely different feeling. It gives you a whole lot more to play for, and you're not just playing for pride, and you're not just playing for yourself or anything like that. You're playing for your teammates, and you're playing for something greater than you. And whenever you can have that feeling around the building, it certainly brings the morale up a little bit and allows guys to maybe push a little bit harder in certain situations. And the guys that we have in this locker room, we've kind of been forged through adversity now, and it's a hard thing to break now. Is when you got a group that's been forged the way we have. It's been through some tough times, and a lot of teams have been forged through some good times, and ours is a little bit stronger, I believe.
Do you guys talk about the playoffs?
In what way?
Just does Dan say, hey, if we win this game, and how it'll help you and things of that nature?
We're still got 7 games left. It's quite a ways away. We keep winning. I'm sure. Yeah, it'll become very real for us. But we got some ways to go still, and we're aware of where we're at and what we need to do.
Some of the things that happen on Sunday. I mean, awesome that it's back-to-back road wins after not having a road win for a season and a half. But you get into a game like that, you step onto the field, windy and cold against the Giants. What do you do to adjust to conditions like that?
We had some stuff we were wearing, or some of the heat hand warmer stuff, and just making sure you're trying to stay warm. And then again, I think, like I said, the game plan we had was kind of specific to that. We had to just take care of the ball, run the ball well, make the throws when we needed to, push the ball a little bit when we needed to, but at the same time, really just trying to trying to just make this a four-quarter game. We had a good feeling if we can get to the fourth quarter with these guys, we can finish it off. And it felt like we finished it maybe a little bit before that, but that was kind of the plan going in. And whenever you're in those conditions, we kind of had it the last 2 weeks. You have to play that way.
Fans and the media I think we all love this. I think players probably do too, but I'll ask you. When you see something out of the ordinary, like, I don't know, maybe Penei Sewell lining up a wide left as a wide receiver and part of the cluster there, what do you imagine is going through a defensive back's mind when he's got to line up across from Penei Sewell?
Nothing good. I hope he thinks we're going to throw it to him because we may. Who knows? One of these days. But, definitely nothing good. It's a tough place to be for those guys.
The other thing I was thinking of watching the game and watching the last several weeks here, Aiden Hutchinson making a couple of interceptions. That's a big fella, 6'7". Do you ever envision utilizing that size down in the goal line on offense?
Sure. Yeah, why not? That's a good point. J.J. Watt used to do it back in the day. Vrabel obviously had his time with the Patriots. And if Aiden keeps displaying these hands he has, you never know. We could get him on a little tight end jumbo package and throw it to him. We'll see.
I want to ask you about two specific plays from the game. One, fourth quarter, they just made it 24-12. You guys get the ball back. They might have a little bit of momentum going. You're facing a 3rd and 7. You get pressured up the middle. You bounce outside, scramble, create some time, and find Amon-Ra for a first down. Take us through that play because I thought it was kind of underrated, huge to take their momentum away and fend them off longer.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what good teams do. Is you get in that fourth quarter and they get a good drive there. They score a touchdown, and it's our turn to respond. And yeah, sure, that play there just extended the play, and St. Brown came open and made a good play. And I think, like I mentioned earlier, our game plan, just kind of with where we're at receiver and some skill positions, we kind of had to be a little bit conservative and make sure we're taking care of the ball. And that was a situation where he came across open, and I was able to find him and. Extend the drive, and I don't know if we scored on that drive or the next one, but whenever we finished with that touchdown in the end zone, definitely put some momentum back in our favor.
And the other one was a huge disappointment. You drop back to pass, no one's open. You scramble up the middle for 18 yards, and it comes back because of a hold. How disappointed were you that did not go on your rushing total?
Yeah, almost my career long there. I think it came last year against Green Bay at like 25. But, yeah, I felt good about that one. I felt like I was really fast there and able to extend a little bit. And but, yeah, I try to do that. I'd like to do that once a game at least and pick up a third down with my feet. And I don't run much, but when I do, I like to try to go get as many as I can. And unfortunately, I had the holding call there.
Your second game now with the Lions on Thanksgiving, preparing for it. Did you learn anything from last year and how to handle the short week that you're going to apply to this game week?
It's you play Thursday nights plenty of times. I think the biggest difference is that it's a Thursday morning and that you don't get that, whatever it is, 6-7 hours in the morning to kind of tie together the game plan. So it really does speed up to be finished with it that night before and maybe even a little bit into the morning. But really that night before you want to have everything, kind of tied together and feel good about it and then move on to the morning ready to go.
You just said something a couple questions ago that I'm going to tie into this question. And you said, with where you're at with the receivers and some of the injuries that you had to play it kind of conservative. So my follow-up is, where do you think we're at with Jameson Williams, who returned to practice? I know we ask you every week, but what are you seeing from him?
Yeah, I feel like I'm his prognosis doctor now. I don't know. I mean, he ran around a little bit yesterday. It looked good. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll get our head trainer on the phone next week to tell you if he's ready to go or not.
What about this though? But do you feel at all like a kid at Christmas that you get to unwrap this gift, which is something that he's got a skill set that none of the players on the team have with the speed that he's got? Do you feel a little bit like that, giddy about it?
Yeah. You try. I try to keep it subdued because you never know. Is he going to come back next week, the week after? Is he going to come back at all? I don't know. No one really knows how he's going to progress and. But yeah, you are excited for that possibility and his game-breaking, speed, and he can take a 3-yard throw to the house, and some of that stuff is certainly exciting. And as a quarterback, yeah, I'd like to have him on the field, 6 weeks ago. But as soon as he can get out there, it's great for me. And if not, we'll roll with who we got.
Thanksgiving, obviously, on Thursday. Who do you think is going to have the best spread for Thanksgiving? What are your plans for Thanksgiving? And do you secretly wish that you had an invitation to somebody's Thanksgiving?
I would love to be with Aleem McNeil on Thanksgiving. See what he's scarfing down, and go join him and his family. That'd be a lot of fun. But I'll be home with my family. We'll have a nice dinner afterwards, watch some football, and enjoy some time together.
Well, Jared, great game. We appreciate your time and love seeing it. Huge game on Thursday. We'll all be watching. Good luck.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
There it is, Jared Goff.